Hello, everybody. I was chit-chatting with Heather before we just went live, so you might have caught me in mid-word. But this is how these things work, and that's why I love it. So, welcome, everybody. I wanted to take some time this week to introduce you to our co-host for our upcoming event. So, this lovely woman on this side, is joining us, and I'm going to introduce you all to her in just one moment. But first, before we get started, I wanted to make sure that I took some time to acknowledge our friends and family who are being impacted by Hurricane Ida right now. We do have a co-host in our network who has a lot of family and friends in that area, and I wanted to make sure that we took the time to, reach out and send our positive vibes and encouragement and prayers to those that are being displaced right now and kind of working through how that's impacted either their family or their communities. So I wanted to take a moment to send that out to our network. And today we are very thrilled to be able to introduce you all to a woman I met through an Unveiled Beauty sister here in the Twin Cities introduced me to Heather. And Heather is joining us from Colorado, and we're so thrilled to have her here. So before we learn more about Heather, I wanted to share with those of you who aren't familiar with Lisa Harrison Company or who have never seen my face or met me or heard of me before in your life. My name is Lisa Harrison. I am an author, a storyteller, a narrative coach certified in narrative therapy, and the CEO and founder of Lisa Harrison Company. And so for those of you who are unfamiliar with Lisa Harrison Company, we are a personal development and coaching business that connects, guides, and transforms women's lives through the power of storytelling. What we do is we help women unveil their stories and reclaim their personal power through the lens of their own life stories. We love the work we do, and we're so thrilled to be here. In 2020, like most of you, we opened up a space for women to connect online. And this is what has transpired. So we started this series in 2021 with 4 co-hosts and many different topics. And we are jumpstarting fall with this group. So we are starting a new season with the topic self-love. So we really encourage you to check us out and to join us. We are going to be going virtual online. So all over the country, we invite women to join us for this topic. It's going to be self-love, affirmations, self-beliefs, and forgiveness. And it's going to be on Thursday, September 9th from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So Heather, you'll have to remind your friends on the mountains when to join us. But with that, we are excited to introduce Heather. Heather, would you please share with our audience a little bit about yourself and maybe why self-love?
Sure thing. Sure thing. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this. It's such an honor, and the work that you're doing, I'm sure everybody has said it, but we all feel it deep down inside. The work you're doing is making such a big difference. And so many of us are just going so fast. We're go, 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 do, accomplish. And we don't take time to slow down and to pause and to reflect. And that is your gift, your writings, your all the work that you do. You help us slow down and really get to the root of the things that matter most. So you help us remove those distractions. And so thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So tell our audience a little bit about the work that you do. You want to learn a little bit more about you, maybe share with us why this topic and how you can, what you do to help as well.
Sure. So I will tell you, I was born with a really healthy dose of self-esteem. And I thought I was amazing. I mean, I still think I'm amazing.
Yes, you are.
But I really have always felt very comfortable in my skin. Well, there were time periods where I didn't feel comfortable in my skin and didn't understand why I was blowing up and so forth. But really, truly, deep down, the person that I am, I always thought was a pretty cool person. And I have 2 boys, and I see that same confidence in my younger son. And, he'll play a soccer game and come back. He's like, wow, did you see how good I was? I was good. And so that lens he has is just, I think, a gift, because life can be really hard and life can be really, really heavy. And it's 50-50 for all of us, right? Half sunshine, half shadow. And I was just gifted with that, like, no, Heather, you're a good person. So many of us aren't gifted with that. So I was born with that self-esteem. I was also born a maximalist. I had a lot of FOMO growing up, that fear of missing out. And so I always wanted more. So more meant better to me. And if I was having dinner with my family, or let's say breakfast, and my dad was making toast, I wanted to make sure I got more toast than any of my sisters. Or if we were having cake, I wanted to make sure I had all the cake. Or if people were doing things, I always wanted to be included. And I think that FOMO at the root was what drove me to try and do so much. And I saw my accomplishments as my value. And I looked at my parents, who were both very, very well respected in their unique fields, and had accomplished so much. And I looked at them as I was growing up, accomplishing, that I thought, oh, well, that's how you get their love. Like, I already love myself, but I'll just get, more is more. And I know they love me, but maybe I'll get more love from them if I keep doing better and better. So I got great grades, and I took the harder classes, because at the back of my mind, it's like, well, I'm a middle daughter. I think my mom likes my younger sister more, and my dad likes my older sister more. So I better do more so that they love me. Of course, they all loved us individually, right? But I didn't get that as a kid. And so I did the typical career path, right? The typical white collar college. After college, I lived maybe not so typical. I lived in South America for a while, learned another language, and then came back to the States and dove into corporate America. And I had a decent 20-year career in corporate America. I got an MBA. I traveled the world. I had the best cube in the row. That's the one with all the sunlight. We went from offices to open concept, and boy, was there an uproar, right? And so I got all the sunlight. And so I had the VP title, and I just felt empty. So I tried to find happiness by buying more things and saying yes to more things. And I realized, yes, a little dopamine hit in the moment, but that happiness never lasted. And people would tell me, oh, Heather, you should be happy. Why aren't you happy? It's like, so many of us want like what you have. And so I tried to convince myself. I lied to myself, like, oh no, you've got it good. You're good. And then it hit me. I had been overcomplicating everything. I've been looking for happiness in things instead of within myself. And I decided to make a massive, massive pivot. And part of my own self-love story was really speaking up for myself and allowing myself to make that pivot. So I had been the breadwinner, and I decided I wanted to leave corporate. And of course, that was gonna create changes for everybody, my husband, my kids, everybody. And I told my husband a year before I left, okay, a year from now, I'm going to leave. I'm going to do something different. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out. And so that was a big decision. And there was definitely a lot of pressure to like, oh, just stay in corporate. Just stay 10 more years. 10 more years. I'll have everything paid off. Like it'll just be so easy. And by that point, I knew what I wanted to do. And I thought, do I put my dream on hold for 10 years?
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't want to do that. Life is so precious and it goes so fast. And so I held my ground, which was hard to do. There's so much pressure that's put on women, and from spouses who want you to keep doing what you're doing so that they can keep riding their bike, half of the week, right? And they work part-time and ride their bike part-time. And I'll say there's been so much growth for my husband and for me and for our kids out of this one decision of me leaving corporate and entering the wellness industry. So that's what I did. I entered the wellness space. I became a health and a life coach. And it was, I would say, the best decision of my adult life to do this. Yes. And I am 5 years in. And now my husband, for a couple of years, there was still more like, are you sure you don't want to go back to corporate? Are you sure? That doesn't happen anymore. And he's like, wow, I see how lit you are, like just lit up. You love your clients. You love what you're doing. You love the impact that you're having on the world, and you are growing so much and you're stretching so much. And so that was that one decision to make that pivot and to follow through was, like I said, the best decision of my adult life, but one of the biggest displays of self-love that I had for myself. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, your story that you're sharing right now speaks very deeply to me, and I'm sure it resonates with a lot of women out there. Self-love is at the root of a lot of our potential, our growth, our own healing. It's the root of how we connect with each other and help our families and our children. I mean, it's all begins with us, right? And I can't wait for the women at this event to hear more of your lived experience and the experiences of our other co-hosts, because that's one of the things that I really do love about these events as well, is you are all accomplished women in your own right, and you're coming to this space to lead discussions and conversations. But we all know that we are not experts in self-love. We are practicing, and we are journeying through this self-love experience with each other. And so I love that. I love that we are all coming up and showing up where we are in our journey. And that's really powerful to hear other women figuring it out, right? Just figuring it out. And that's hard, especially for women that are overachievers or high potential, or we have this title or that title, or, as you had mentioned, being a breadwinner, like having those titles or those labels that we carried to then show up and say, oh, we're practicing. Oh my gosh, that's like practicing what? But we're practicing every day to be better humans, to love ourselves, to love others, to show compassion. And that, my friends, is at the root of authentic leadership, which I know is a whole nother conversation. I just love hearing how women are showing up for themselves and for those around them. And I'm just so thrilled. Okay, now I'm getting like a little overexcited, and everyone's getting out of hand now. I am so thrilled to have you, Heather. I am so thrilled to know you. And I can't wait for everyone to just get to know you as well. So we talked about a little bit before we jumped on here, there's so many things going on, right? I mean, a lot of the moms are getting ready for school, the moms who are out there that still have kids that are headed to elementary, middle school, high school. I have friends in my network getting kids ready for college. And then we just have our lives, our families, our friends, for some people caring for their parents. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot of different kinds of events. So, maybe just share with our audience, what do you think that is special about this particular event, or maybe this platform that would encourage women to take time for themselves?
For sure. So it's such a good question. You're right. There's a lot going on. And the former Heather, right, who had FOMO all the time, would want to do it all. And but one of the magical things that helped me mature and evolve as I made this pivot into this new life was embracing this idea of JOMO, the joy of missing out. And that really helped me realize I no longer needed to be a maximalist since it wasn't serving me, and that I could, I couldn't do it all. Or if I tried to do it all, I could only go an inch deep. But really, it was all about being intentional and choosing the things that mattered most, or the things that really could make a difference. And so there's I don't remember who said it, but it might be in the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown. And he talks about the idea that, listen, there are a lot of really good opportunities that come your way. And if you say yes to all of them, then you're going to miss the great opportunities. And the reason why I bring that up is because I think this is a great opportunity. So yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. We're going to have to say no to some other things to be able to attend this. But I think it's worth it. And here's why. You've brought together this beautiful, eclectic, passionate, intentional group of women. And we're coming together and we are all being authentic. We are being real. We're not saying, oh, look at me, it's so easy being me. No, like we are saying, like we're sharing our hearts and we're being vulnerable and we're creating a space that is so safe. So safe. And right now, I feel that because things are so divisive, and things are so like, well, if you don't believe this way, I can't talk to you again. Or if you don't believe that way, it's just awful right now. And this is one place that is so safe to show up, to listen with an open heart, to share your heart. And women need women. We really do. And it is one of those where it's like, gosh, I have a sister. I don't have any family living within 1,000 miles of me. And so it's one of those where we're not everybody, but we need that time and that space to come together for special, special events. And I promise, attending this event, there's going to be a surprise. There's always a surprise. You're going to walk away from it being like, wow, I did not realize. And you're going to have that precious, like, new pearl of wisdom that you get to have moving forward. And so I think this event is not just a one-time thing. It is, yes, this particular self-love focus is a one-time focus, but what everybody takes from it can impact their lives moving forward in a very major way. I really do believe it's going to be a pivotal experience for so many women that attend.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited because, like you mentioned, the co-hosts that are leading this event and all the events this year are just phenomenal women, and they have so much to offer. And I'm just so thrilled. One of the things we were talking about before we jumped on here was the fact that I am opening the space and really giving these women permission to lead this discussion in the way that they think is going to be powerful. And I'm really excited on my end to attend because although I know the agenda, I'm not leading the discussion. And I'm really excited to see how you create this environment and how everything will unfold. And for those of you who are new to this platform as well, I will be sharing a little bit in the beginning and inviting you to doing some writing and reflection at the end. But we really do give our co-hosts this amazing space to be able to create the event that they envision in their minds. So we're thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled to have you and the other co-hosts. So I just say to all the women out there, it's a new season. It's fall right around the corner. And whatever fall means to you, we do hope that you take this new season to work on yourself and to continue to grow and learn. And we hope that you do choose to come to this event. So again, it's Thursday, September 9th, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 6 to 8 Mountain. And if you're in Pacific or Eastern, you're going to have to figure that one on your own. We really hope that you join us, and we're excited to meet you wherever you are on your journey. And we are just honored to share space with you. And thank you, Heather, so much for being here and for co-hosting. It's been such a joy getting to know you.
Oh, I thank you. And I have to say, it's been such a joy getting to know you. Of course, well, we've known each other for a little while longer, but getting to know the other co-hosts. It
Yes.
is so fun. We've connected a couple times, and everybody brings their own unique energy, and it's just like, I wish these ladies lived on my block. That would be so fun.
That's been one of my most favorite parts has been connecting just women that just didn't know each other or wouldn't know each other. And it's been fun to watch the energy and the synergy between four different women come together. I love it. That's been fun for me too. So thank you again. Yay. Well, we hope everybody joins us and we hope to see you next Thursday. So have a great day, everybody.